How's it going, YouTube? Liam from Lee's Australia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Demon Turf. So, it's definitely been a while since I have played Demon Turf. Obviously, of course, I had played, I forgot what the game I last played. Paper Clay. I played and did recording of Paper Clay, a few weeks back. And it got me needing to get back into recording, not just Demon Turf, not of course just Demon Turf, but New Super Lucky's Tale and Smooshy Come Home. But one thing I will point out is that, so I'm playing Demon Turf, not on the Switch 1, but on the Switch 2, which, if I quickly do this, just so that I'm not lying. Okay, so yes, I am playing on the Switch 2 because, like with not just a few of Nintendo games that have been updated, but many of the library or Switch 1 library of games can be played on the Switch 2 via backwards compatibility. Now, you'll probably notice that depending on some games, and I'm assuming this is mostly with indie games, they will probably not end up getting an update that has the resolution sort of updates that a lot of the other games have gotten. So we're still looking at looking at a pretty rough near resolution, but it's not too incredibly bad. Like, there's probably a few obvious things here and there, but that's just how this game was made for, in order for it to basically be working on the Switch 1 at the time. Anyway, so that's perfectly fine. That doesn't really bother me as much, as long as we can still play this game, and for me especially, to record and try and at least get not just Demon Turf, but a few other games, and get that series of games all finished and wrapped up. But getting back into the swing of things, so we have, let's see, I believe, yeah, so we have 2 more locations that we need to visit, which is this one right here and this one over here. I don't think there's any other levels on that side, but it's time to go over here and see what kind of level we will experience this time around. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing, like, what else this particular area has to offer us. Ooh, okay. Wow. Wow, this place actually gives me, oh, I can't remember the name of the level from Super Mario 64, but it basically has the, depending on what level you're playing on, it has the submarine level. Again, I can't remember the name of it. Ow. But this sort of area kind of reminds me of one of the locations of Super Mario 64. But let's see what we can do here. Okay. So the arrow is pointing up that way, which we, of course, we still have the bits of cake that we need to find. Okay. At least that this area is a bit more enclosed as compared to one of the first levels, I think, on this area. But working on the timing. Now, obviously, the frame rate, of course, is still at 30 frames. It probably is possible that they may update out. What was I saying? So it is possible that they may update the game sometime later down the line, maybe. But I'm assuming that with a lot of the third-party games that have been released, or especially the indie games more specifically, I feel like that a lot of the indie developers will probably focus on creating newer games for the Switch 2 rather than take the time to update some of their old games so that they look at least decently better and probably more... Ah, dang it! And probably update the resolution and maybe the frame rate, but who knows? Ooh. Alright, the arrow is pointing here. Alright, so how do I open this thing?
Yummy.
Oh, never mind. I picked up the cake. Alright, so you're pointing upwards. Okay. Alright. Ring race. So we're just basically following these rings, are we? Man, it's so green down here. I mean, to be fair, it's not as bad as that green, what was it, oil plant that we were at last time.
Moving on.
Ah, that's... Okay, so that's... We were meant to do this challenge first in order to get that cake. So what have we got here? Oh, we got enemies to defeat. Get out of here.
Let's keep this going.
Alright, so...
Wow.
And pull the lever. That guy's just chilling. Okay. So the arrow's pointing up this way. And the arrow's still pointing up that way. So we need to reach whatever we can to increase the water again. So hopefully we can do that. Now, I am fully aware that, well, first off, there are two other Demon Turf, I guess you could say, what would they be? They would be considered as maybe spin-offs, sequel spin-offs maybe? I don't know what the actual word is. But I do know that there is a full-on sequel to Demon Turf. I can't remember the name of it by heart. But what I do know is that the game is open world as compared to sanctioned off levels like what Demon Turf has. And instead of a 2D sprite, we have a 3D sprite. Which will be cool to see what that will look like. Whether if the game does come to Switch 2 or if I just bite the bullet and just get it on Steam. Oh! Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, I should probably be looking upwards instead of looking downwards as much. And we've reached the cake! Alright, and the last one is pointing up towards that way. Okay. Woohoo! Okay. Oh. Oh, I can't place a flag here? There we go. Alright, so we have the flag here. Good thing that I did place the flag there. Again, imagine if how speedrunners would be able to, be able to pass these kind of levels. Obviously, they have their little secrets. Ah, dang it.
Moving on.
Well. Like it's this particular bed, so it's not too bad. If I end up doing stupid moves like that, though, that is another story. All right. And let the water rise. Okay. Oh, we need to go over there. I see. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's definitely going to be bad news. Nope.
This looks like a good spot.
So we have another flag there. Woohoo. Ah, dang it. All right.
Moving on.
That's okay. As long as we don't have to use the bouncer to get back up here, that's perfectly fine. Ah.
Moving on.
Oh, ah, you of a turret. Dang it. I'm basically hoping that for this bit, it's not a rage montage like one of the previous episodes I did. It was that lava level. That's right, I remember. It wasn't really much of a rage. Oh.
Come on.
Why did that push me? What was it about it that made me, like, push me out of the way? Okay. Okay.
Let me put this right.
Place another flag here. Okay, so the cake is pointing, or the arrow is pointing that way. Oh. Well, that was quick. Alright, so that's the exit, which we don't need to go to the exit yet. We need to go this way. Nope.
Nuh-uh.
Well, at least we don't have to go through that again, so that's perfectly fine. Alright, so we need to deal with those shield guys. Those two are gone. Oh!
What?
Bugger. Alright, well. You can't win them all the time. So, we just gotta try again. Alright. So, we need to get rid of these guys.
Opposite of hand.
Alright, that And you're done. I probably should have just gone behind the chest and nicked the cake like I did before, but no, if I'm gonna do this right, I have to do it for real. But at least that's all the cake pieces. And the level done. Alright, so 5 fails, 267 jumps, 15 KOs. Yeah, 3.5 minutes to complete this level. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna do that. Even if it's like a first try or anything like that. That is not going to happen.
Moving on.
Alright. But one down. One more to go. So, on to the next area we go. Leaping Falls. Okay. I didn't even read what the last area was. Ooh, this looks snazzy. Oh, yeah, we got our pirate ships here.
Bring it on.
Alright. So, arrows pointing this way first. Okay. So, anything in here? Whoa! Alright, that's done. Alright, let's unlock something. And there's the piece of cake. Okay. So, next is pointing up towards that way. Okay. We got that ship over there. So I feel like there's something else we need to activate or unlock first. And I think it has to do with this ship over here. Alright, what have we got? Ooh. That's opened those up. Alright, good. Alright. Oh, ow. So that's a dangerous one. There's one other ship we need to go check out first. And it's interesting, just because I have been messing around with some games that, of course, were made on the Switch one first. Ooh. What's this? I'll get back to my point in a second. A collection zone. Okay. Oh, I see. So we need to grab the keys. While avoiding that thing. And voila! What was I saying? So, what's interesting is that, again, depending on some of the games that you have on Switch 1, like, of course, I have Demon Turf, I have many other games that I got on the Switch 1. You know, obviously, of course, it depends on a couple of things. It depends on... Oh, there's the other piece of cake. Okay. Good thing I saw you over here. Anyway, so, depending on... Of course, it depends on the developer, whether if that is third party or indie. But they, of course, will have that option. If they choose to do so. Oh. Right, it's one of these. Okay. Alright. So, given the option, of course, to basically update their game that makes this look good on the Switch 2, essentially. Basically, using the advantages of the Switch 2. Okay, now that we're here,
This looks like a good
place a respawn flag. But it's interesting of like... Looking at some of the games, of course, obviously... A lot of Switch 1 games, and it just depends on how the game is... Depends of how the game was developed, of course. Obviously, the Switch 1 games were not going to be the... What's the word am I looking for? The definition of... Okay, so that's unlocked that, but I don't want to go that way just yet. Wasn't going to be always the definitive version of a certain game. Depending, of course, who is developing it, that's for sure. You could obviously tell with how the anti-aliasing looks within this game. Alright. That's pointing up that way. Okay. And I can't go that way, so I guess we're just going to go back this way. And it makes me, like, sort of curious of, like, what the other games will be like, especially with what I have recorded and played on for my channel, for some of the videos you've seen, like new Super Lucky's Tale, excuse me, for one. I have a few other games on the Switch 1, well, that I bought before the Switch 2 came out. And who knows, some of those games may have received an update. Oh. Missed that one completely. Because that was probably one of the reasons why I bought a lot of numerous games on the Switch. Not mainly because, you know, I couldn't be bothered buying it on any other platform that it was available on, but more to sort of see, like, what the difference some of these games had in terms of, what's the word I'm looking for? In terms of, like, how they look graphically, how they run, how they perform, and all that sort of stuff. So... there was a lot of different factors in terms of what games that I have purchased. Oops. And to basically see how the performance run. Because obviously, the most common thing when it comes to a lot of games that were ported onto the Switch is mainly that the frame rate, of course, is reduced to 30 max. That was their... What's the word? There's a word for it. Cap. The frame rate cap, of course, would have been stuck at 30. Now, some games handle fine as 30. Most games, not so much. Depends on your preferences, of course, and... So we just gotta swim around and find those keys. Alright. So there's probably going to be a few up. Nope, there's one over here. Just keep on swimming. Oh, another one here. There we go. Now. So, the next cake, where are you pointing at? Pointing towards over here. I think. Ah, there you are. Alright, that's that cake done. Oh, you were hiding on top of the maze. Okay. Alright. Well, that is pretty much all of the cakes and pieces done for this level. And up we go. And gotcha. Alright, one fail. 11 minutes, 7 minutes and 45 seconds was the trophy time. Which I knew I wasn't gonna get anytime soon. But here we go.
It's time to show Cap and Damp what's what, Beebs.
Oh, it's on. Let's do this.
Now, I'm pretty certain that that's all of the levels done. Just quickly look around just in case. Is there a way to check if I've... Yeah, so I've done all the levels on this world. And you know what? I have a bit of time, so let's see how this boss runs.
Beebs, check this out. I'll bet this'll help you in the fight.
What have we got? Do a wheelie. Okay, so new ability is unlocked.
Bring it on.
Ah. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, so this will help us rise up from the slopes. Okay. So, by the looks of it, I have to use this thing wisely. Or at least use it well enough to allow me to survive the boss fight.
Oh, what have we here? The little annoying shrimp.
What is that accent? said. I didn't catch a word.
You don't regret this, Shrimp.
What?
Alright. Reflect those back to show what it's like to taste of his own medicine. Okay. Well, at least the music is popping at the moment. That's for sure.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, unless. Ah, I see. Looks like he's trying to pinch you. God. Ah, I see. I see. Okay. So I need to.
Try and keep up, matey.
I'm in complete focus mode now. Keep on riding.
Wonka!
And in you go. Uh-oh.
Try and keep up, matey.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Whoop. That's alright. At least there's a checkpoint. Oh, we have to do this again. Okay. Alright, try this again. Oh, come on! Well, this is definitely a much more challenging puzzle than boss battle compared to Piggy one, I think. Especially if you've got an area like that. Oh, really? Yeah, shut up, I know. He's not making it easy, that's the thing. Alright, try this again. That is such a stupid spot for that flaming thing. I just want to say that right now. Alright, this was such a much better strategy this time. Okay.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Oh, dang it. That's alright, at least we're on this last bit, so we don't have to do the whole... Oh, dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh, woo. And you're done.
It's too easy.
You say that, Beebs, and yet,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
how many fails have we had? It had 8 fails out of that. Like, I don't think if I had like 60 frames, I don't think that would have really helped me out, because it was really more just the placing of those flame things. They do extinguish, but then you have to kind of keep in mind about the road you have to use. So, not a bad boss fight, but it definitely had its frustrating moments, that's for sure.
Luce, can you believe it? I've beaten 2
What? The heck? What's wrong with you?
Wait, but
Do you have any idea of what you're doing? Any idea at all? Boss is furious.
But I told you I'd do it. I thought you were backing me up.
No, I wasn't. I thought you were joking. Or at the very least, I never imagined you could actually beat Fredo and Dan for real. I can't be around you right now. Huh?
Okay. Anyway, now that you've beaten Damp, we can head back to Fort Town again and head to New Neo City next. And, oh yeah! Or you could check out what's changed in Armada again now that you're the captain. And, don't forget, each zone even has a new battery for you to grab. Swap between states back at my terminal. I always got your back, Peeps. You know that, right?
Thanks, Smidgey.
Alright. Oh, we're in the same world. Yes, okay. So, I do know that in the first area, of course, we have the other levels, or the re-changed levels that we have to visit back at some point. Yeah, because we go for lollipops this time. But, we won't do that for now. We might do that. I might go back to that later, as I did with, as I was going to do in the first one. But, at least that boss is complete, or finished. And we have now completed this area. We're now heading to New Neo City. Yo, Beebs. Did you try any new mods yet? Some of them are pretty amazing, like an extra checkpoint flag. Or you could spend your sweets on some cool dice. I won't worry about that as much, mate, but thank you for the notice. So, Neo New Neo City is over here. Let's see what the hub world looks like before I end the episode off. Ooh. Well, there's the owl.
Whoa!
Right? This city rocks.
We should hit the arcades later. No distractions. We gotta clear this zone first before we can tackle the next ones again, Deebs. Huh?
No distractions. Roger, sir.
Alright. Well, the lighting and the feeling of this is going to be a very, very... Look at that! Is that meant to be the moon? Kind of gives me a bit of Blood Moon vibes, I won't lie. Anyway, so that is going to be it for this episode. Now that we're in a completely new area, I'll hopefully try and get back into doing more episodes of Demon Turf in due time. But we'll see how things go from here. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, then click the like button. Click the subscribe button for more videos anyway. Until then, this has been Let's Play Demon Turf. I'm Lee from Least Australia. Until next time, lay 'em out.